tell you guys about whales.
Wait,
Hang on. Hold the whale talk. There's a man.
Oops.
Oh, not giant bird.
Phoenix.
Definitely
Oh,
not
wow.
a whale.
Well, maybe you just put it in the water. Oh, yeah, no, that thing is incredibly on fire and corrupted by dark energy.
Dang.
We have no choice but to have a tussle and hope this old man doesn't get caught in the fray.
And, yeah, let's bring on the noise.
Because I think I've said this already. The frantic single track you get of nighttime battles is a little much, but I love all the various like big band like boss battles that are unique for these guys.
Oh yeah, this is great.
Oh, yeah, no,
I like
this
this.
seems great.
Here you go.
It literally, I swear this sounds like something that belongs in something or other. I can't think off the
Donkey
top of my
Kong.
head. Yeah, kind of like DK.
Alright, come on, get close to him. And there we go. So now that his flames extinguished. So the way boss battles in
Oh boy.
So the way boss battles in take that. The way boss battles in nighttime stages work, not sure if this is the same in the Wii version. The health bar in the upper right there, the main goal for me is I need to try and get it down past that little orange bar in the health. And once that happens, then you trigger a quick time event for pretty much the rest of the health bar, but the health bar will continually fill up for each phase.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, the bosses aren't really all that different between the two versions.
Careful. Okay, let's go over there. And yeah, again, I will say I at least like that for each of the bosses, if I'm correct. Each boss has their own unique theme. Here we go. So
No, each boss uses the same theme. Well, depending on if you're fighting them in the day or in the night.
Yeah.
I don't think the howl was necessary, but I'm not gonna. Far be it from me to tell him what he can and can't enjoy.
To be fair, it's just one of those things you do to really, wreck yourself up.
Yeah.
I just now realized I was about to say, with the whole werewolf genre, I think the only there goes.
Whoop.
I think the only I must have missed that one in editing. Whatever.
It's okay.
And I will say right now that is not even on the emulator. I cannot. That is nothing to do with the emulator. That is just so. I don't use Bandicam, although part of me is debating on just asking James if he can help me out with that because I want to try it out maybe. I use a built-in screen recorder called Shadow Play. Since I have an NVIDIA card, it lets me do that. And
Whoa.
I get, and I think I know, and I think at the time.
Oh God, you're on fire!
That's off.
We're hung
We're
on.
good,
Oh.
we're good. And come on,
Dude.
got it. And I think I know what caused it. I'm gonna take better care to hopefully fix it in the future. Is with how I had things set up to record, I was trying to record on the C drive while I'm emulating on the C drive. So maybe at times it was a little bit too much for the processor to. Oh nope. It went going away from me. Oh yeah, and with each phase, the Q2E will get a little more like
right on the crotch.
extensive.
God.
And nope. And it's still not done yet, but because we got one more heavy hitter left. Oh boy. But yeah, so sometimes it was only with this capture, and again, I think it's because I was trying to emulate on the same drive that I was trying to record from. Occasionally, there was times where, even though the footage for me was seamless, like I never experienced any of these little pauses during gameplay, the capture wouldn't have. Whoa! Now you can turn. The capture sometimes would miss a couple frames, so it would instead jump ahead to whatever frame it resumed recording on. It was just a little tidbit that only really happened here, as far as I can see. Oh,
Ow! The hundred feather fist.
Seriously, I was not prepared.
Hurry, get him!
Oh,
Dang it!
Hey Sonic, I just had a thought. If that bird's constantly on fire, isn't it essentially cooking itself?
Now's not
Right.
the time, Chip.
You're right. You're right. 7 hours later, they're just eating chicken.
Oh God, that's so bad!
But
Yeah,
it tasted
especially-
great.
it is bad considering that, like, spoilers, once we beat the stuffing out of it, this actually turns into a friendly deity.
I mean, yeah, that is true. But we didn't know that beforehand.
There we go. So now time for the grand finisher. First, do the normal stuff. Whale. Nope, you won't get to get out of this. You won't get to get out of this punishment too early.
Another crotch
then
punch.
Oh, I do like how they finish this one up because we're really gonna freaking pull on it by the neck.
Seismic toss. They are really flashy attacks. I love them.
Oh,
What?
whoops!
It's a strike 3 monster. You're out of here.
I think the game forgot to take that into account.
I almost, with all the cussing, I almost thought he was gonna say strike 3, motherfucker. And it's like, Sonic.
Not in front of the kid.
Typhoon combo. Okay, so now we're just getting some other stuff. Most of the stuff I think can level up to like rank 10, except for combo can go up to like 15. Are you okay?
Yes, thank you.
Thank you, Knuckles. Old Knuckles.
Oh, that's Eggman.
That's that's
Yeah,
Mike?
that was my calling.
Oh boy.
Oh, I thought it was Dan. Oh,
By the way, this
Gaia
cutscene
Temple.
wasn't in the Wii version.
Really?
Yeah, 'cause
Really?
the thing is, like, after you beat him, you go straight to the Gaia Temple.
Oh,
How on? I mean, granted, I guess remove a little bit of fluff, but still.
but I mean, Dragon Road and stuff, and like the Chunon Elder. Okay, Sonic, you really could have just walked 10 extra steps. Anyway,
Hey, if you have stretchy arms like those, wouldn't you just make things easier by just doing it like that?
I would take advantage of them. Yes, I would. But in the Wii version, Chunon and stuff is still there, right?
Oh yeah, Chunon's definitely there.
Yeah, the only
that's-
the only places you can't really go to in a stage sense is Empire City and Missouri.
Right. Hooray! We got the Red Chaos Emerald all fixed.
Woohoo!
Woohoo!
Off we go. Let's go check on the old man. Old Geese, you okay?
Ow!
What's wrong? What is so?
Whoa! Hello!
Hi!
The moment the temple lit up, the beast woke up. It appears he's come back to his senses.
Oh yeah, that's Mike. But
Yeah.
it's a nice
of this.
Phoenix.
Your job
Dude,
Ow!
Man,
You must have gone berserk.
More stuff like that, please.
Lost their power.
it's great.
Well, this part's
Hey,
really
the
cute, too.
guy Phoenix.
Well, I'm glad you're back. Want some chocolate?
And just the
like,
fact that
"Oh,
he takes
Humbly
it. See?
accept this offering.
I only said a piece. But nah. Oh well, he'll take it.
Deity. You don't argue with the deity.
You just went to
Oh,
your
I mean-
bendy voice just now.
I
hear
was
that.
actually thinking I was turning into Vector.
And then a few days later, the Phoenix would birth some beautiful chocolate eggs.
Oh
And thus the
god.
tradition was started. And there, now he shall breathe.
Now
Zoom, guarding
we
the
know where
temple.
Reese's peanut butter eggs come
Oh.
from.
Oh.
Meanwhile, in the Hall of Eggman,
Hey, Orbot.
look at that
Ooh.
sandwich.
Oh, that looks like a good sandwich too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, the development team really strutting their stuff with the engine.
I just like how quickly he eats this sandwich.
That's 10, 9, 8. Wow, it's already almost down to nothing.
He's a
Munch.
big man.
Of all the lazy, here I go to the trouble of waking that Dark Gaia thing up, and it causes me nothing but delays.
Well, yeah, we kind of were a little hasty.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, I do kind of like the fact that they actually extended this bit of the CG cutscene just for this.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, not
Oh, and
this
also
shot, but it's a
Ergo.
little later. You'll see.
Also, ergo, it's scattered across the world. Ergo.
Yeah, like before he became known as Orbot, a lot of people nicknamed him Ergo because he kept saying Ergo a lot.
It was actually,
Oh, I didn't know
his
that.
real name before Orbot was actually 5855 or SAS.
Yeah.
Well, they
Oh my
still
gosh,
keep that
that's
as like
fantastic.
they still keep that as his nickname and stuff like the comics.
Oh,
Makes
that's
sense.
funny.
I mean, that was essentially his code name.
That doctor is the result of the power of the Chaos Emeralds, which you described.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's this part that gets extended.
Discussion of your hasty actions.
Because there goes
A
him.
little flicker there.
Oh, I just realized.
Yeah, maybe we shouldn't
wait,
have just
wait, hold
chucked
on,
them
hold
out the.
on.
w-
Part of my plan, part of the big picture. Where's the fun in having my plans succeed without any challenge?
What?
I don't think so.
Oh, you were expecting me to actually answer that?
So yeah, maybe
I mean,
don't
to be
chuck
fair,
the
that's
werewolf.
like one of the most quotable lines that the Sonic series
Yeah.
has produced in quite a while.
Defensive preparations are nearly complete.
Because yeah, say whatever you will about Dr. Eggman. I mean, being one of the most charismatic video game villains of all time. A lot of his decisions does come from his impulsiveness and overall
And
rashness.
hubris. Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, to be fair, what good video game villain doesn't have stuff like that?
Oh, of course.
True.
I mean, it's half of what makes them fun. I mean, hell, it's gotten to a point now where Eggman actually takes that in stride, or at least that's how it is in the comics.
It's kind of like that in the games,
he's
but
a
it's
plan.
definitely so in the comics.
Oh, and I do like this a little bit. We get to actually see him get to design working because he has a plan.
Time to use my tablet to finish my commission.
I mean, he is a fast dude. He's a smart genius dude. Anyway, let's go.
I mean, with that alone, it kind of makes it look like Eggman actually has a hand in, 3D modeling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nebrock's got some competition.
Actually, I make that joke. Do you think? Because I imagine making all these robots, it's no cheap change. Like, do you think, like, in between, like, schemes to destroy Sonic to help fund himself, he takes, like, Patreon commissions or whatnot?
Oh, I'm sure he does
see
something
that.
like that. I'm sure he goes undercover for stuff like that.
Either that, or as a joke to again reference the whole Marvel thing. I could absolutely see where to make ends meet. Just looks at Sass like, okay, one more remark out of you, and I sell you to a college.
Good talk.
Also,
At least
I've been
there
no-
I'd be... Oh, sorry.
No, you got it.
I was about to say,
One more remark out of you and I'll send you to a college.
at least then I will be around actual geniuses.
Ooh, that's the Sass. Anyway, so the strange robot sightings back in Chunan, and apparently,
Hello.
oh, sorry about that.
It's okay.
And apparently, again, there is another temple here in, hang on, another temple here in Spagonia. So I'm gonna go check this out.
I'm starting to realize, with all the cuts he's been making, I think I should probably go ahead and make a quick disclaimer, folks. Logan is not going to be bothered with any of the side content.
I'll do a couple. I will say this: I will do some of the side content, like towards the very end, if I'm like short a couple medals.
Like
But-
I've noticed like twice now.
Guys,
you've ignored.
wait a minute. We're at that level now.
Okay. I'm not,
It's one of my favorite songs.
Let's do it. Rooftop run.
You can still talk. Just I will say right now, this is one of the first stages I saw, and this song alone already made me like, yes, I want to get this game
I
because
think
the
it was
soundtrack
like the-
sounds great.
I think it was like the second day stage they ever showed off.
Yeah, the first one was Missouri, and then this one came afterwards, and yeah, it
Come on.
blew people's minds.
It's so great. Anyway, so yeah, continuing. Yeah, I skipped out on the souvenirs. I skipped out. I'm not caring. I'm just get me through the game because I don't care for the medal system.
I was also about to say, you also twice now passed by that iconic looking shrewd journalist that you can see every now and again.
Oh,
The
I
one that
forgot about
gives
the
you those
journalist.
questionnaires.
Oh crap! I forgot about the. I honestly didn't even know about the questionnaires. I only thought the hot dog guy was like the
Oh, there
big
was
like
also...
side thing.
Isn't there also like a side mission involving a weird-looking guy with a chow puppet?
Oh yeah, Wentos. He's basically he's his own walking talking vendor that goes all across the world selling rather unique merchandise, and is also home to a key exploit in the system that can gain you more rings.
Oh, also, with the whole Chow thing, that just reminded me that earlier today, frickin' Walmart tweeted out to Sega, hey, why can't we get a Chow Garden in 4K?
And what I find funny is that, like, one guy made the joke about how, like, well, like, isn't Walmart usually the people that usually tend to leak games?
Wait a minute.
Oh,
I
which
thought it was-
that would
I
still
thought it was
tie into
someone
that.
else. That's why I think.
Well, Walmart
If so,
does
that
it
would.
too.
If so, that would still tie into
Ow.
That would still tie into darn.
Aw,
If so,
dang
that
it.
would still tie into the Sonic Adventure HD thing we had that like leak or that rumor going around of.
Oh yeah, don't screw that up because you can't fall in the water.
Yep, and you'll die. Oh, excuse me. So yeah, no, Spagonia, just the whole Europe thing. Again, the music, it's really just I love this whole vibe. And now so in these next couple stages, we're going to be introduced to these. I know they probably have a different name for them. I call them pursuer robots. There are two kinds of them. These ones you can actually be on the offense with, depending on which row you've sidestepped into. You can actually knock other robots back into them. And then the other kind of pursuer robot we'll see in the stage after this.
Oh boy.
Actually, while we're still on the stage, I guess I'll go ahead and pose a question to you guys. Which do you find better, Unleashed Rooftop Run or Generations Rooftop Run?
I kind of lean more towards Generations because it feels like it has a lot more going for it in terms of like design and visuals.
It's also a shorter level by comparison.
It is. I there are there are elements. Freaking Donkey Kong. There are some. Excuse me. There are some.
You missed those springs.
There are some elements to Unleashed Spagoni that I like more. Like when we get up to it, I like the placement and angle of the. It's such a silly thing to get. I know it's a silly thing to be like picky about, but I like the grind rail and like the position of the grind rail around this big clock tower more than what they do in Generations. But I will also hands down say, I think I like Unleashed's version of this song better than Generations.
Same. I especially love the classic rendition. It's one of my favorite songs in the game.
I mean, I like
and we also have these kind of things returning from Adventure.
There's one thing I'll always take from the Generations version of.
Oh boy.
I keep saying Jungle Joy, right? That's not so later. Rooftop Run is that it's a lot more festive.
That is also true with all the streamers and stuff. That is true.
And the balloons.
But I will definitely say I was happy when they brought back this particular stage from Unleashed.
Oh yeah, I mean, to be fair, like out of all the levels you bring back from Unleashed, why not pick the most popular one, which is this one?
Yeah, it's really memorable.
Even though deep down, like, I mean, I do love the stage, but my heart will always still go to Windmill Isle.
Yeah. Well,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
fine because
Oh,
it's like
so
the
great.
stage one. I think if they did have to pick another one, I wouldn't mind maybe Chunan.
Chunan would have been fun.
Oh yeah,
Chunan
Chunan
was
would
a
have been a
fun
good
one.
one.
Like, honestly, again, this kind of relates into the whole thing about what I said about this game and the fact that they could have got, like, getting rid of the Werehog, they could have added, like, a couple more levels. Like, not as many levels, but, like, maybe a few other citizen levels for the daytime. I do hold similar sentiment towards Sonic Generations. Like, if they got rid of that whole mission stuff, like, all that crap and, like, the customizable options, make Sonic play as good as he should, I would have gladly have taken at least a couple more levels from each era. Like, maybe, again, Chunan from Unleashed, or freaking Final Rush from Sonic Adventure 2.
Oh yeah.
Or, you know, Ice Cap Zone?
I still was surprised.
You know what? I
Go
mentioned
ahead.
before, what I would love is for
On.
Ice Cap Zone with Classic and Modern. They have the Classic one based on how it is in Sonic 3 and Knuckles, and the Modern version based on how it is in Adventure 1, complete with that
With the
snowboarding
snowboarding.
section.
Yeah.
Could also say, because I think I said this already back when we did Generations, is I remember Ice Cap more than I do Sky Sanctuary.
I mean, I understand. Looking through it all now, I do understand why they kind of left Sonic 3 hanging for Generations because of the whole Michael Jackson thing.
then you
Yeah.
That is true.
Yeah, but then you realize 3 and Knuckles
Hey,
are
Wayne.
basically the same game, so...
I mean, they're the same game. It's just the problem that if you're going to bring back levels from Sonic 3, you're also going to have to bring back their music. And unfortunately, some of the more popular
Licensing.
levels from Sonic the Hedgehog 3 were also those that Michael Jackson or one of his subsidiary actually composed.
Yeah.
Which is
And I do know-
is a huge copyright red flag for
Yeah.
Sega.
Well, I do know that they do have... I do know that they made, like, alternate tracks for some of those stages, like for the it was either the PC version, they made alternate tracks for that, but a lot of people tend to find them kind of inferior from what I hear.
Which is actually funny you bring that up, Hype, because it's actually been because of that whole Sonic 3 prototype, it's actually been confirmed that those tracks from the PC version were actually like the very original songs that were originally going to be in those levels before the whole Michael Jackson collaboration came into effect.
Huh. Also, yeah, welcome to Dragon Road.
And honestly, they sound really good on Genesis if you actually give them a listen.
I love the vistas with Dragon Road, but also around Dragon Road is where you're going to start seeing, the game is not impossible, but it's going to start, it's going to, stop with the hand-holding around now.
Yeah, the difficulty does start to ramp up with this level, and I mean, that does go into one thing that can be said about Sonic Unleashed as a game. It is not beginner-friendly.
No.
Nope. Not, especially by endgame.
Yeah, your finesse and your muscle memory will be put to the test.
I'd say because I think the hardest stages are around Liberty City and Jungle Joyride.
Oh yeah.
Excuse me.
And,
But again,
and of course it caps off with you know what.
Yeah.
yeah, which we'll get to that, dude. Which, at least that one is only a single stage, though.
Yeah. Which may as well, even though in reality it may as well be 2 fucking levels.
Yeah.
That is also true. Careful.
But yeah, no, I do like Dragon Road.
Road.
Oh yeah, me too.
I guess I should ask, Jordy, do you have a particular favorite stage out of this?
You know what? That's a very good question. Rooftop Run is definitely one of those, and I do love Dragon Road. Do I like any other road? Any other road? Any other
I
stage?
I like Rainbow.
No more.
I like Rainbow Road.
I think Windmill Isle's also a good one. So I think those are my top 3 stages from this game.
Was that last one you said?
Windmill Isle.
Oh yeah, again,
Yeah, that was out of us.
love it aesthetically, and it does make for a nice breather, like a true to form.
Yeah, that's a good level.
Make it. Okay.
Oh boy.
Yeah, be very careful.
Another one that I like, Coolidge was pretty fun.
Oh yeah,
Coolidge is great.
Funny times.
What
Although,
what was that Wii exclusive stage?
There was no Wii exclusive stage.
Yeah, there were no weeks.
Oh, okay. Maybe, okay. You know, I realize now. You guys were talking about. That's right. You guys mentioned how the Wii had different designs for stages. It was just a different version of Windmill Isle. I saw.
Exactly.
Okay.
But can we all agree though that what was the name of the desert leopard? Arid Sands.
Arid Sands or something.
Oh yeah,
like that.
Arid Sands.
Can we all agree it's the worst level period?
It's very easy to lose myself in, and in the town sections, I kept hitting on various objects.
Yeah, the freaking citizenry in that level are literally like brick walls to Sonic.
Yeah, it's
Yep.
like.
Oh,
I
jeez.
will say that.
Oh, gosh.
I will say, like, calling
Okay.
the Red Sands the worst is a bold claim to make, considering that level.
Well, I mean, not counting that particular level. I mean to
Okay.
say.
Okay, so I'll
Slide.
give you a compromise. I don't remember liking, well, I don't really remember the day stage all that much. The night stage's theme is one of my favorites in the game.
Oh, agreed.
Oh,
That is one
yeah.
thing
That was good.
I will always give that level. It has easily the best nighttime theme.
But yes, we'll say nice. We'll say again, compared to the game that came before this, Sonic 06, I think they did a much better job of managing your speed. No stupid mock speed sections anymore.
Oh
The
yeah.
whole
fair,
entire
the
game
entire-
will be a
Uh-oh.
lock speed section, except it's actually one you can control.
Yeah, I was about
Right.
to say the entire gameplay for day stages is kind of the Mach Speed sections, sort of.
Is it just me, or
But-
did that look a little more flashier in the actual console game?
It's entirely possible emulator thing happened, but but
Or,
I will.
or it could just be misremembering it.
Or yeah,
Yeah, it
yeah,
is.
it's always possible. Oh jeez. Okay, let's
Oh,
try to scan.
you know, a thought just occurred to me. Imagine if Sonic Unleashed was a game that was made for the PS5.
Oh, I would love to see an HD of it. I would love to see this come to PC, which it hasn't yet. Also, here's the second type of pursuer bot.
Oh gosh.
This one, there is no way to be offensive. You are constantly having to be on the defense, keep constantly running away from it. If it gets too close to you, it will do a haymaker punch that is very hard to avoid unless you immediately speed up away from it. So just keep an eye on the laser and be mindful of when bombs are approaching.
I still hated their counterparts in Sonic Colors that looked like freaking.
Oh yeah, the ones in colors
yeah.
are annoying.
And actually,
especially Terminal Velocity. Like, God, that sucked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
anyway, I was gonna
Yeah,
say,
we did it.
actually, the Wii version of that boss we just faced, they give us buzzsaws instead of lasers.
Buzzsaws. Oh.
Buzzsaws.
I guess less flashier on the graphics. But yep. With that said, Dragon Road is completed. So, yeah, in the next part, join us as we're going to be continuing our progress to find another Dark Gaia temple, and it would appear that there is such a temple in Spagonia now that we've collected some more pieces of the keys.
Nice.
So, join us then.
Till next time, guys.
Bork.